Hello, welcome to the nth video of the SWE-bench tutorial. So in the last video, I kind of explained a little bit more about validation and kind of like how that process works. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually kind of consolidate all of the validation information officially into a SWE-Smith style data set. So I finished running the validation script that we mentioned before, and as you can see, like we had 124 candidates. All of them went through successfully. Like usually nothing fails. Successfully just means that like the test suite was run successfully. It doesn't have any indication about like whether the test passed or failed, stuff like that. It's just whether like this validation sequence for that candidate instance got carried out successfully. At the end of this script, if it finishes running, it'll show you some fast facts. So it'll show like the total number of instances run. I think this might be off by one error. It should be 124. And sometimes the test might pass out. It'll like, time out, which means that like when you run this script, you could provide a timeout argument like here. And it'll basically just say like how much time you want to run each test script for. I think it defaults to like a minute 30 or 2 minutes. But in this case, like for this repo, it ran pretty fast because I don't think there are a lot of tests. But as you can see, like usually this takes a little bit of time, but 8 minutes is not too bad. For this repository, we got kind of lucky in the sense that there's a lot of task instance candidates that break more than one or more tests. So these are not usable because after that code change that task instance candidate got applied, there was no test that went from passing to failing because of the bug that we introduced. So those were not going to those are not validated successfully. But now what we're going to do is to kind of finalize everything. So at this point, we have this run validation folder. What we can do is run this script. And then this. And then, so it's called SWE-Smith harness and then this gather.py. And you can see here, given the validation logs, create a SWE-bench style data set that can be run with SWE agents. So basically, it just looks at all of the validation records and it's checking very simply for whether there's at least one or more fail to pass tests and at least one or more pass to pass tests. And if that's true, then that task instance we consider usable for training because there's a signal to indicate whether the if we ask a model to fix this repository, we can use these tests to check whether the fix actually works. So I'm going to click enter on this, and then what's going to happen is we're going to push a branch corresponding to each bug that was successfully validated to have at least one or more breaking tests or fail to pass tests, as we like to call it in the paper. So yeah, this will finish running, and in the next video, I'll show you how to run evaluation on the task instances that you just created.